Hello and welcome back to another episode 3 of the Jam podcast. It's been a while, okay? It's been a long time since the last episode. I checked the dates and it has been like exactly a month since the last episode. I haven't even uploaded, like at all, in that month. And I feel so terrible about it. A lot of stuff has happened in my personal life, but life moves on, as we say. Um, in this episode, we'll be talking about the like pop culture and the music industry, and in particular the Grammys, because there has been a history of the Grammys being rigged. I know some people, a lot of people, call the Grammys the scammies because they scam artists for awards. I don't know. And honestly, I would call them the scammies too because like looking back, like a lot of Grammy awards, like a lot of years, there's just been so many artists just robbed, and like amazing albums and songs getting zero awards for like there's no reason for them not getting any award, or it's like a really dumb reason, which we'll be going into in this episode. But first, I'm happy to be back, and I have honestly, I don't know what's next for this channel. I mean, I have a video that I said I'm working on, but I'm not working on it. Actually I am, but I haven't like done. I've only like made like 20 seconds of that video, and I haven't done anything else. And that was like weeks ago. But that was a very exciting video, and it's gonna have its very own, probably its very own podcast episode, which will be episode 4. I don't know. Maybe I'll release another episode of this, but yeah, it's been very okay. Sorry. I feel like first there was a dog barking. I don't know if you heard that, and then now there's like a helicopter outside. I swear my window is not open. I don't know where all these sounds are coming from. Anyway, let's get into it. Honestly, I want to share what I've been listening to. I recently watched The Moment by Charlie XCX, and yes, it's a movie by a singer. And in this movie, she basically explains like her, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but Brat Summer, that was super big in 2024. And I love that album. It's like my probably one of my all-time favorite albums to listen to, like of all time in my life. Is probably like it is my, I'd say my second best album of 2024. There's a lot of like other albums in like my entire lifetime that I think is better than Brat, but Brat is super good. And I mean, if you're not really into party music or like electronic music or like, kind of insane, going crazy music, Brat is probably not for you. But it is very much for me. I love clubbing. I love, party music, flashing lights. That's amazing. That's exactly my type of music and, just lifestyle in general. Um, anyway, that album came out in like 2024. She was like in that era, in the Brat era, like touring Brat on tour for like a year till 2025. Like basically little over a year after it came out, and she basically made an entire movie about how Brat like kind of complicated her career and like made her very stressed out. And by the way, it's a mockumentary. It's not like a documentary. If you think it is a documentary, it's not. It's a mockumentary. and it kind of like it twists the story because there's like what's happening to the main character, Charlie herself. Um, she's preparing for her tour, doing rehearsals, but she's like very stressed out about like tour and like the label pressuring her to do all of these other stuff like brand deals, and because like bra is such a big thing, everyone is like loving bra, so like every single company wants to like do something with Charlie and bra, like you know just bra the album and stuff, like a green Kit Kat or like a bra credit card, and like you know and she basically becomes very stressed, and that's a true story. She did, apparently, according to her, she was very stressed, like gearing up for her brat tour. Um, but then, like, what the film, like, the moment is actually like also about, like, it's about like this guy trying to change up the entire tour to make a concert film, and then that brat credit card gets announced, and people try to like basically a lot of fraud is committed with like getting that brat credit card, and then some people get arrested, and like Charlie gets canceled, and like brat summer is over. That obviously didn't happen. There has never been like a brat credit card. I mean, now there is one now, but there wasn't one before. um and the movie takes place in like late 2024, and Charlie never got canceled, so it's like it's based on a true story, but I guess like it's twisted, you know what I mean? Like it's a true story, but they like mixed it with some fake stuff. And I like that. I like that very much because like I mean the true story is literally just Charlie is stressed out because she's preparing and getting pressured by her label to do this whole tour. That's kind of like not a movie, that's just a little situation that won't get too, you know, out of place. So I really liked how they like made a little mini mental health issue in real life and turned it into a bigger thing, even though it wasn't that big. But in the movie it was. I don't know. I like the movie. I heard a lot of people disliked the movie. I don't know why. For me, it was pretty good. But I'm probably just saying that because I love Charlie XCX. She's like one of my all-time favorite artists out there. I love her albums. After How I'm Feeling Now, the ones before in like 2018, 2017 were like trash. Hated them. Um, but no, How I'm Feeling Now, Crash, and Bra were very good. Um, but yeah, I'd suggest watching the movie, even though if you're not like, even though your music taste isn't really like party music, and even though you're not a fan of her, I'd still suggest watching the movie because it explains a story deeper than tour and music and songs and partying. It explains a lot more about like mental health and like, you know, taking care of your body and yourself and your own mental well-being and emotional state. And I really like it. It explores into deeper things than you might think it does. I mean, most people just think it goes to like just music and partying and touring, but it doesn't. It goes to like a lot of other stuff, which I really like about it. So props to Charlie for that. But yeah, no. Since I watched the movie, because like I was a big fan of like Brat. I was listening to Brat for like a year and a half, from like summer 2024 to like Christmas 2025. And then I kind of stopped listening to it until now. When I watched The Moment, I kind of got like into it again. I crashed back into Brat. Now I'm a 365 party girl, and I love her music. I listen to Brat now all the time. But yeah, um, So right now I've just been listening to Brats. I've also been listening to Stateside, if you guys know that. And yeah, I don't know, been into electronic music lately. Um I feel like for me, Brat should have won Album of the Year for the Grammys 2025. It didn't. Guess who won Album of the Year for 2025? That was Beyonce, and it's stupid. In my opinion, I feel like it's kind of stupid to let Beyonce win. Had to drink some water there. Listen, I heard over the years a lot of people were like complaining that Beyonce has never won like album of the year or like song of the year, and only like country album and like best country song and best country solo performance. I don't know. Um, and people were complaining about that, but at the same time, when Cowboy Carter won album of the year, I was like, what is that album? Because honestly, no, I don't listen to Beyonce. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I probably was when she made pop music, but when she switched to country music, not a fan at all. Um, and then, I mean, who else were nominated? Taylor Swift was nominated that year. Um, Ariana didn't even get nominated, but does she ever get nominated? No, not really. The Grammys hate her. And then, honestly, can't remember. Oh yeah, Sabrina Carpenter also got nominated for Album of the Year for Short and Sweet that time. That was a big album. For me, I feel like Brat should have won, but honestly, Hit Me Hard and Soft could have also won that year. That was traumatic. Billie Eilish started crying when she didn't win. Um, but in my opinion, if I were the one to choose Album of the Year for 2025 at the Grammys, I would choose Brat by Charlie XCX, mostly just because that was just the album I was listening to and obsessed with. And then I just loved the songs. Honestly, the songs were amazing. Um, but I feel like Hit Me Hard and Soft could have also, like, really, that was a really good album. And it got, like, a lot of streams. Like, Billie Eilish did not win a single award for her third album that year. And, I mean, this year at the 2026 Grammys, Billie won, okay, what? Okay, wait. Billie won, Song of the Year for Wildflower, which doesn't make sense because Wildflower was a song for the album Hit Me Hard and Soft in 2024, but Wildflower became a single in 2025, so technically counts as a song in 2025. So it could be nominated, and it was. But I just think it's stupid. Like, how could Song of the Year, a song released in 2024, like win in 2026? It doesn't make sense. It's really unfair because like I get it was released as a single, but really doesn't really matter in my opinion. I mean, Messy by Lola Young also it won Best Pop Solo Performance in 2026, like this year, and that song was also released in 2024. I just checked. I have no idea why. They just did it like that. I mean, it's probably because Lola Young had her like breakthrough year. in 2025, so maybe it counts, I don't know. But no, like the rules are like really weird in the Grammys. They also have like the oh my god, wait, no. Honestly, I don't know. Just the way they just like have the calendar, like if you have a song released in like fall 2026, you'll get nominated for 2028 because like their period, like their song release period for the Grammys, it's like from August till August the next year. It's not from like it's not the normal calendar year. It's weird. It's like really weird. Like Taylor Swift won album of the year for an album that released in 2022 and she won album of the year for 2024, which didn't make sense. So that was weird. Honestly, the rules for the Grammys are like really weird, but I guess just that's just the way they do it. And then there's just like they snub all of these artists. Like I remember, when did Blinding Lights release? Was it 2021 or 2020? I think it was 2021. No, it was 2020. It was 2020, right? I think it was 2020. Um, but like we all know, like The Weeknd, he had this like big song released like in 2020, I think, or it was 2021, called Blinding Lights, a part of the After Hours album, and it didn't even get nominated for one award. It was like the biggest song of the year. It was probably, in my opinion, song of the year because Blinding Lights was so big and I had it on repeat when it was released. And it didn't get nominated and it didn't make sense because what did The Weeknd do to the Grammys? Actually, maybe he did something. I don't know because he got nominated for a lot of stuff in like 2016, but then he didn't get nominated for anything in like 2021. Um, I don't know. It's just weird they didn't nominate Blinding Lights. It was like the biggest song ever, and it's not just The Weeknd. It's like Ariana Grande too. I'm like pretty big fan of Ariana. I haven't really listened to her recently, but she doesn't really have any new music. She's kind of MIA, doing rehearsals for her tour. Isn't it kind of crazy that she's going on tour again? I can't go because she's not coming to my place, and I don't want to fly over to a whole different city just to see her. I mean, it's just too much. I hope she's gonna like do a leg, like a second leg, and then come to like more places. But I mean, this is a smaller tour. But like, it's still kind of crazy that she's going on tour again. She hasn't done that in like 7 years, so that's very fun. But like, we all know the Seven Rings song. I have a whole story to tell. Like the song where she says "I wanna, I got it." Like that was so big in 2019, and it did get nominated, but did it win? No, not at all. It didn't win. Her album "Thank You Next" was like the biggest album of the year in 2019, but it didn't get a single award in the Grammys for in 2020. It didn't get anything. And the reason why is like pretty obvious. She had an album released in 2018 called Sweetener, and it won Best Pop Vocal Album in 2019. But Ariana, like, she wanted to perform at the Grammys, like the Grammys, the Recording Academy, they wanted her to perform their selection of her songs. But Ariana was like, she wanted to perform her newer songs like Seven Rings and Thank You Next. That wasn't a part of the Sweden area, or era. I can't speak to that, I don't know why. And they were just like pretty mad at each other. Like the Recording Academy wanted. Oh, I actually hate my life. The Recording Academy wanted her to perform a song from the Sweetener album, but she wanted to perform her newer songs from her newer release, Thank You Next. Um, And the Recording Academy didn't like that. They didn't want her to do that. And then she was like, then I'm not coming. And yet she won a literal award for Best Pop Vocal Album. And like, she wasn't there to accept it because she didn't come. She literally posted like her Grammys outfit for 2019 on Instagram. Like she just posted inside of her house because she wasn't going. So that was something. And then in 2020, she got nominated for a bunch of stuff. For Thank You Next, she even got nominated for Album of the Year. And guess who won Album of the Year? Billie Eilish for When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Which I never listened to. Never. And even like when Billie was accepting her award for Album of the Year, she literally said that Ariana deserved the award because Thank You Next was the biggest album and like the most meaningful one, which is true. She did deserve the award. Um, and then she didn't even get anything. She also was like nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance and like Best Pop Album and Song of the Year. And Billie Eilish literally won like she won 5 Grammys. She won Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Best New Artist, and Best Pop Vocal Album, and that's insane. And Lizzo won Best Pop Solo Performance for was that? No, it wasn't that song. I can't remember what song. And it's just so sad to see that Ariana didn't win anything. Like she really deserved it. Um, and then like she never attended any Grammys in the future, and I like obviously, honestly, I like if I was her, I would also never attend because if I wasn't nominated or getting any wins, I wouldn't go. Like, what's the point of going when you know that you're not gonna win or get nominated? Um, when Ariana released her album in 2020, Positions, she got nominated for 2 awards: Best Pop Solo Performance and Best Pop Vocal Album. But oh yeah, didn't she win? She won Best Pop Duo Performance in 2021, but that wasn't a solo song. That was a song that she was featured in with Lady Gaga. So it was basically Lady Gaga who won. And she recently, 5 years later in 2026, she recently just won again Best Pop Group Performance for Defying Gravity from like the Wicked soundtrack. But again, that's not her song. That's Wicked. So she hasn't won any like award for just her and her work since 2019 when she won Best Pop Album for Sweetener, which is like really unfair. I remember last year in 2025 she released Eternal Sunshine, and like the song We Can't Be Friends got like billions of streams. It was like number one. Her album was number one charting for it's still charting, I think. Um, and like she even released a film related to the album, and it's just like she didn't get nominated for album of the year. She got nominated for best pop vocal album, but she didn't win that. She lost to Sabrina, which makes sense. Honestly, I feel like Sabrina should have also won that. It deserved. And then what else did she get nominated for? Best group performance for her remix of The Boy Is Mine. And then she got nominated for, I think it was best pop dance recording for Yes and. But really, I feel like she could have at least gotten nominated for like Song of the Year since her song "We Can't Be Friends" was like so big, or like Album of the Year. Even if she wasn't gonna win, she could at least get nominated for album of the year. Um, but like still like the Beyonce won. Hello, Beyonce won. Since when? I feel like the Grammys literally made Beyonce win because everyone was like complaining that Beyonce has never won an award, and like, but like it makes sense why she never wins an award. She's not that big. Like she's honestly okay. I get why people like her. Some of her songs are pretty good, but for me, I don't like her music. It's not my taste. I respect her though. Um, and I understand though, like the Grammys, they're a opinion based award show. Like they don't give out awards for the success of things. They give out awards on how they vote for it. Cause like the Recording Academy, I think it's like 15,000 that votes for. I think it's 15,000. I don't know. It's in the thousands. Um, I'm just gonna say I don't think that vote is real. I don't think it's real. I think they give it to whoever they want to give it to. They give it to whoever they like, and they don't care about the vote. Like I bet Ariana won something for Thank You Next. Um, but I bet like the actual Grammys itself didn't let her win because they don't like her. And honestly, the people who are behind, like honestly, I don't know who decides to nominate the I don't know who decides the nominations, but I've heard that like the honestly I've seen the people who are behind the Grammys and the award ceremony, they are two old white men who are out of touch with current music, which kind of makes sense why the most now it makes sense why Olivia Dean won Best New Artist and why Samara Joy won Best New Artist in 2023 because those two artists they're like 1950s. They make 1950s music even though they're literally born in Gen Z. Um, but honestly, I feel like for me, Cat's Eye or Addison Rae should have won Best New Artist or Somber. I am actually a pretty big fan of Somber. I like his alternative kind of music and his like emotional vibe to it. I'm beginning to be a big fan of Somber. Um oh, his new song Homewrecker is actually pretty good too. I don't really listen to it. I just like Back to Friends, Undressed, and then Homewrecker. And those are really good songs. Back to Friends is like my favorite right now. Listen to it a lot. Um, but honestly, I get why Olivia Dean won Best New Artist. I mean, she has been really big. But like her music does not really, I don't think people are like attracted to Olivia Dean because of her music. I think it's because of the trends. Like Man I Need isn't like a song isn't people don't like that song because they genuinely like that song. They like that song because it is trending on TikTok. People they use it in their videos. Um but like I feel like Cat's Eye people like those songs, but they're also like kind of in TikToks. They're mostly popular because of TikTok. Addison Rae on the other hand, I don't think that songs by Addison Rae are like trending just because of TikTok. Addison Rae, no, oh my god. Addison Rae is trending like because people genuinely they like her music. Um, and I also really like her music, but that's why I feel like Addison Rae should have won Best New Artist because people like her music because they like her music. They don't like her music because it's trending in other people's videos or because Kim Kardashian is using them. That's when I feel like Cat's Eye and Olivia Dean, that's why they're popular. That's why Olivia Dean is popular because Man I Need isn't like Man I Need isn't a song that people like because it's a song they like. They like it because it's trending on TikTok. But like Famous a Gun, Diet Pepsi, Addison Rae, just in the entire Addison Rae album is it's popular and it's getting a lot of streams because people like that kind of music. And that's the same thing with like Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande. Their music is popular because people like the songs. They don't like the songs because it's trending on TikTok. They like the songs because the songs are good for them. And that's why I feel like, honestly, the Grammys are like so out of touch. They don't care about like the success or like what other people think. They just care about their own music taste, and their own music taste is 1950s kind of style. That's why I like other award shows a lot more. Like the iHeartRadio Music Awards is coming up in in like 2 weeks, I think. Um and the VMAs are like they're much more fair. I believe like yeah, I watched the VMAs last year in 2025 and I was shocked to see Ariana like attend. She didn't perform, but she attended. I feel like if she performed, she could have performed like Supernatural or like Twilight Zone. But I mean, I get why like it was just like a surprise for her that she was also attending. So anyway, she won 3 awards in the VMAs. Sabrina Carpenter won Album of the Year, which makes sense. One thing I just like, one thing I feel like they snubbed was Charlie XCX. Like, Charlie released her album, Brat, which we all know about, and then she only got 1 award in the VMAs for that album, and that was Best Music Video for her Guess song with Billie Eilish. Honestly, she could have won much more. And like, why music video? I feel like there's so many other music videos who deserve that award. Like Anxiety, that was a really good one. Um, and I really like Sabrina Carpenter's music videos because like Sabrina Carpenter, she puts lore into her music videos. Like Espresso is like like Please 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 is like a sequel to Espresso's music video, um, which I like. I like that because like there's like a trilogy. There's like Espresso, Please Please Please, and Taste. Those 3 songs have each music videos, and those music videos are connected. They're like sequels. So, and same thing with like her new era, like Manchild's music video happens like right before Tears' music video. So Tears is like a sequel, really cool. Um, and yeah, honestly, I feel like Sabrina Carpenter should have won video for good, that in the VMAs. But like Charlie XCX should have won like if they had like I don't think they have awards for electronic music. I think they only have I mean maybe they do. I don't know if they do. I don't think they do because if they did, I would know because Charlie XCX would have won. Um, but no, really, I feel like the VMAs definitely did snub Charlie. Charlie could have won Best Pop. Ariana won Best Pop in the VMAs, which makes sense. She did have really good pop music for Eternal Sunshine, but Charlie XCX had. Okay, actually, no, Ariana Grande had a bigger album than Bra, but Charlie XCX. Um, Charlie XCX had like a massive album still, and it was definitely like the marketing was so much more like genius than Eternal Sunshine, and like just the branding itself is like so good. Like the neon gooey green style and like the all just black lowercase letters and bra and amazing. Um, so like I feel like Charlie should have won Best Pop. I don't know if even I don't know if she was nominated. I want to go see the nominations for the VMAs in 2025 and see if Charlie was even nominated for anything. Because how come she have only won like one award? Like she should have won some other stuff. But yeah, no, Charlie didn't attend the VMAs that year. She attended the Grammys, but not the VMAs. And she won actually three awards. She won more than Sabrina Carpenter. Wow. She won more than Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift didn't win a single award that year. Um, but like, what did Charlie win? She won, I think she won Best Pop Electronic, no, Best Pop Dance Recording. That's the thing that Ariana lost. And then she also won Best Electronic Album. And then she won, what else did she win? She won another award that I can't, oh no, wait. Wait, what did she win? I really can't remember. But I know she won best best pop dance recording for Von Dutch, and then she won best electronic album for Brat, and then she won something else. I just can't remember. Maybe it was Guess. I think she won something for Guess. Maybe it was like best remix recording. I can't remember. Um, But at least the Grammys didn't snub her. I would have expected the Grammys to snub Charlie because she makes like really futuristic um, pop, electronic, party vibe music, which the Grammys do not like at all. But they still gave her three awards, which is like amazing. No, right. I remember what she won now. She won Best Pop Dance Recording for Von Dutch, Best Electronic Album for Bra, and then Best Packaging for Bra again. Um, so yeah, she won three awards. That was amazing. Happy for her. And then she only won one VMA, and she won didn't I think she won like six Brit Awards, and then I don't know how many iHeartRadio awards she won, but she won a lot of awards for Brat, and really, she deserves that. She really does deserve that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have a good Saturday now. There's like a little Fortnite live events happening in like 4 hours as the time I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording it the same day as it's getting released. I don't I don't know if I'm gonna like put this episode out today. Maybe I'm not. It depends on how long it takes this for like to come out. I don't know. I have no idea. Good thing is I don't have to edit anything. Anyway, I'm starving. I'm gonna watch that little live event happening in 5 hours, and then I'm going to. What else am I going to do? I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have a chill day, and we'll see where it goes. My next video will be the Game Awards one, and I'll make a podcast episode with that. And then we'll see where this channel hits because I feel like I'm flopping. I'm flopping real hard right now. I'm not getting the views. I ain't. But I enjoy recording this podcast. Um and then after episode 4, there's gonna be one more episode after this, which is gonna happen in like 2 weeks, I think. And then after that, I don't think this podcast will be no more. I mean, not literally no more. Like, listen, I have another episode coming in like 2 weeks, and that's episode 4, and that's gonna be aligned with a video. Um, and then after episode 4, I can't speak. I'm just like I'm too hungry. Sorry. When I'm hungry, I can't speak. It's not my fault. Um, After episode 4, I don't think I'm gonna record any episodes for a couple months. I mean, because honestly, my motivation in this podcast has been a bit down, which kind of explains why it took me a month to literally make an episode. Um, so, yeah. There probably won't be more episodes coming, but I mean, that doesn't mean this podcast will be long gone. Maybe I'll make a season 2. I might make a season 2. Who knows? Um, but yeah, after episode 4, I think season 1 of this podcast is over. And I know that was like very short podcast. But yeah. So just one more episode until the season's over, and then we'll see when season 2 starts. Won't be happening soon. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on my video now, and then, yeah, I'll see you guys. Wait, let me redirect you. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, and what else? Threads, if you want to. If you go to my Instagram, I might have my threads on there. And then I do have Blue Sky, but I don't post there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're listening to this on YouTube, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, feel free to give this podcast a rating and follow me on Spotify. And yes, my Instagram and my Twitter will have links in the description on Spotify and YouTube, both of them. And then I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode or video, whatever you watch first, because they'll both come out at the same time. And then I'll see you, if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I'll see you guys on there, and have a great day. Peace out.